Welcome to the Making Events on Live or Making Events Awesome live stream. Warwick Merry here. Hey, for those of you who might be watching earlier, I deleted the last live stream. Quite simply, there's a reason why, and I'll talk to you about it in a sec. But what I've found is people rely heavily, way too heavily, on the technology when it comes to hybrid and online events. For whatever reason, they think the technology is going to fix all the problems. Let's just have more buttons to press and it'll be awesome. Not necessarily the case. Hey, don't get me wrong. Having great event tech really does support your event. I was actually just recently, in fact, 10 minutes ago, talking to the crew at Remo and having a look. And man, they've done some great stuff with that platform. I really do enjoy that platform. And for some events, it's the inappropriate platform. It is about trying to match up what is the best platform for the objectives that you have and the investment that you want to make. So talking of technology, I did delete the previous live stream that I did about an hour and a half ago. Now, here's the reason. The audio was crap. I didn't realize until the end, and a few people gave me some commentary, and I've spent an hour going through my tech, trying to work out what did I get wrong. I should have done what I tell everyone else to do, which is turn it off and turn it on again. Once I turn everything off and back on again, it seems to fix everything. So I'm hoping this audio is good for you. Put a comment in the notes and let me know, is this audio okay? And we'll, if not, I'll have to delete it again. Because here's the thing, I didn't want crappy audio there. I can put up with a bit of dodgy video, but I will not tolerate poor audio because you can't listen to it and it grates your brain. So they've got to get the tech right, but it can't be the driving force. The same with my audio. I want to get it right. But if the content's not there, you're still not going to listen. And that's where a lot of people miss out. They get speakers who are used to doing face-to-face events and they haven't learned to adapt to the online or the hybrid. They're two different ways of presenting online and hybrid, again, and then the third being the face-to-face. There are different things you need to consider. Too often, many speakers, if they're doing a hybrid event, they'll just focus on the people in the room because that's who they can see, versus there might be one or two cameras there, but often there's way more people online. Now, if you're just doing a broadcast like, let's say, the Academy Awards, then you can look down the barrel of the camera and say hello to the viewers at home, but you're not interacting with them. That is a broadcast. It's not a hybrid session. With a hybrid session, you want them to do things. And if you're talking to the people in the room saying, oh, turn to the person next to you, what are you doing for the people online? How do they get that level of interaction? So your speakers have to be used to it, and your hosts as well. You can't just have someone up there who's good at reading a script. You've got to have someone who can play with the audience in the room and online so that they truly feel heard. I think one of the key themes for any event you run is inclusivity or inclusion. How do we make sure everyone feels included, regardless of how they're watching it or listening to it or participating in it, whether it's on the app, whether it's via the live stream, whether it's via a broadcast and then watching a recording? How can you make sure they feel included? Now, in the same way for this broadcast, if you're watching the recording, can you just put the hashtag recording in it, just so I know, and I will get back to any questions that you have, just to see how things are going for you. So check that out. Yeah, and look, I get it. Heidi's talking about how the tech sometimes gets very full on, and you need a whole lot of extra hands to do it. Yeah, and often with some of the tech that you're doing, you might think, actually, I need a producer so I can focus on my skill set. And I think as a speaker, and which Heidi is a really good one, a really resilience and keynote, as it says there, that you need to be able to make sure you do have the facilities to focus on what's important to you. So if that is setting up your tech, so you can use a bit of it, but allowing the tech to make sure it stays as your servant, not your master. I've been a firm believer that technology is like fire, a brilliant tool, but a poor master. So you can't set your tech up that so you're forever having to be looking down here and pressing buttons and, oh my goodness, what's going on? When you have to focus on presenting. So have a few simple things set up. There's some great tech out there that can help. But some people are not tech savvy. So it's like, get a producer, get someone to help you do it. I know some speakers, when they're engaged to speak at large events and they're saying, oh, can you do it from your home studio? Their answer is no, you need to hire a studio so I can go to, so I can do my magic, what I'm good at, and let the technicians do what they're good at. Other people will get a techo in the house. They'll pay an AV tech to come to their home office or their home studio to make sure everything goes smoothly. You can still get techs that can join you online. So if you're using something like, Zoom or Remo, AirMeet, something like that, often you can have techs online who can produce it for you from their space. So there's a whole lot of things that you can do to make that happen. You have to focus on, at the end of the day, your client is focusing on three things: return on engagement, return on objectives, and return on investment. And so you've got to make sure that you really deliver on that. And if you're too busy foofing around with a tech, you're not going to do it. So if you are an event producer, it really is, focusing on how do I get the right people who are going to engage and who are going to promote the message I want to get across, and make sure the delegates are at the forefront of everything that we're doing. I think we get a bit carried away and forget sometimes that this is all about the delegates. Yes, the company who's hiring us or hiring you as an event planner to have this event and promote this message or get this theme out there but at the end of the day, the delegates have to feel part of it. They don't want an event done to them. They want it done with them. They want to be part of it. So we need to make sure that our presenters and our entertainers and our technology people are really focused on that. So for the role that you play, be it as the producer, the event organizer, the speaker, the CEO, whatever it is, what are you going to do to make sure that people get far more engaged, not just interacted with, but actually engaged? You can't just play. There has to be play with purpose. Don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of play. I'm a big fan of fun. As many of you who listen regularly will know, the Minister for Fun once said, if it's not fun, don't do it. If you have to do it, make it fun. So I try and make everything I do fun, but it's fun with purpose. There always has to be, what's the purpose of what it is that I'm doing? So I would have you consider that when you're looking for which tech do I use, that's an important question, but it has to be followed with, and what's the flesh unit, the humanity that we're going to bring to this? Who are the right people who are going to present, be it face-to-face, online, hybrid, whatever it is that you're doing, that's going to give us the best bang for the buck? Not the biggest name. Sometimes you need a big name to get people to turn up, but you also want some really good people presenting, and they don't have to be professional speakers. There are so many great industry experts out there who are really good at what they do as well, and as presenting. So I'd really encourage you to consider that. Now, as we go forward for 2022, there's a lot of weird stuff happening in our industry. Late last year, I ran a session talking about the future of speaking, and I'm not talking big future, I'm talking just this year. If you're in the events industry and you want to know a little bit about it, you can see the recordings there. I actually broken the recordings down so you can watch little chunks. You don't have to sit through the whole hour. You can pick the thing that you want. We had the chair from the Meetings and Events Association. We've had two big brand bureaus, the heads of those bureaus, come and speak to us just to talk about what is it that this year holds for us in the event industry. So if you're interested, head over there and get access to that stuff. I'd love you to do it. All right, that's been the second version of the live stream. Hopefully the audio's been good. If you're listening, give us a shout out. Let me know that the audio's been good, because I hope so. Technology, love it, and it really causes you pain. Thanks for being here. I look forward to your company next week, 9 a.m. on a Thursday, 9 a.m. Melbourne time, wherever you are in the world, 9 a.m. Melbourne. Love to have your company, or at the very least on the replay. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to do my post live stream jiggle now because I've learned LinkedIn cuts you off very quickly and a couple of the others cut you off very quickly. So this is just the jiggle to fill the end. Feel free to jiggle along with me, and I look forward to